According to geology, supercontinents are formed with most or all of Earth's continental blocks, and they go through this cycle every 600 million years. So far, our little blue planet has witnessed several supercontinents. Not only that, but geologists can actually predict where the next supercontinent will come from. The way they do this is by tracking the flow of rocks within the Earth's hot mantle. Though these are just estimates, the truth is that the next supercontinent is bound to form any minute now. Of course, that's counted in Earth's continental drift time, not our time. But before we get to our new supercontinent, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. What are continents and what are supercontinents? Today, there are 7 continents on Earth. This is the list of continents from smallest to largest in size: Australia, Europe, Antarctica, South America, North America, Africa, and Asia. Many years ago, Europe and Asia were considered a single continent called Eurasia, which was a supercontinent. Scientists generally agree that there have been 7 supercontinents so far, but some of the earliest supercontinents are mostly theoretical. What they do know for sure is that the latest supercontinent was formed about 230 million years ago, during the Triassic period, and it's called Pangaea. But how are supercontinents formed? All continents sit on tectonic plates that float on a layer of silicate rock between the crust and the outer core, which is called the Earth's mantle. That mantle acts like a boiling pot of water, which means that the Earth's molten core slowly heats the rock at the very bottom of the mantle, thus causing it to rise. While this is happening, the cooling crust dives to the bottom of the mantle, otherwise known as the subduction zone. This flow is called mantle convection, and over many millions of years, that mantle convection has been driving the motions of continental plates, which includes the formation of supercontinents. The formation of supercontinents. In order to learn more about the Earth's supercontinent cycle, Ross Mitchell, a geologist at the Chinese Academy of Sciences, and some of his colleagues focused their efforts on megacontinents, which are not as big as supercontinents. One of the more famous megacontinents is Gondwana, which formed roughly about 520 million years ago. This megacontinent, along with several others, led to the formation of Pangaea about 200 million years later. To discover how Gondwana eventually became Pangaea, the researchers joined forces and mapped the continental plates over time, basing them on deep time records and fossils. They also explored how the continents and their positions are related to all known models of mantle flow. What they learned was that all continents tend to drift downhill towards the subduction zones. In these zones, mantle rocks are slowly cooling and sinking toward the bottom. Mitchell refers to these zones as subduction girdles, mostly because the continental plates are too thick to subduct, which means when they get to the subduction zones, they get stuck there, hence the term subduction girdles. And when continental plates get stuck, they can only move laterally along the girdle and quote-unquote collect more continents along the way, which is how Gondwana became Pangaea. But when will the next supercontinent form? Mitchell and his colleagues used this model of lateral movement to predict the formation of Earth's next supercontinent. When Pangaea broke apart about 200 million years ago, it caused the formation of what researchers call the Ring of Fire, which is the subduction girdle of our time. The Ring of Fire is a set of subduction zones that are located along the Pacific Ocean perimeter, and it fuels earthquakes and volcanoes that we often see. So far, several continents have combined to form Eurasia, which has run up against the Ring of Fire. While Eurasia moves laterally along the Ring of Fire, it does so on a direct path of collision with the Americas. When Eurasia starts colliding with the Americas, it will begin to form the next supercontinent. According to Mitchell, this process will take place over the next 50 million to 200 million years. According to a 2020 report the team published in Geology, the new supercontinent was named Amasia. So far, no one knows where Amasia will end up, but Mitchell's model suggests the supercontinent will end up somewhere north and polar, probably where the Arctic Ocean is today. If you enjoyed learning about our planet, don't forget to click the like button and sub to the channel for more awesome content.